Hello everyone, I am Monica from IELTS 9. Okay, so here in this video we are going to do this reading. That reading passage is the scientific method. Okay, so this you can see this the reading has been divided into small paragraphs with alphabets. Okay, it means list of heading question will be there, and second type of question we have, definitely something different kind. First, this is yes no not given after list of heading, and MCQ is also there, but this is something different. You can see, in which two paragraphs in reading passage 3 does the writer give advice directly to the reader. So for these kinds of question, I will give you one good tip over there. So when we will be doing this reading passage, when we will come to these two questions, definitely I will tell you one trick to find these questions within 1 second. I will just tell you. Okay, so let's start with this kind of question. Of course, these are old books, so they have given one option. For paragraph A, they have already selected 9th number option. It means we will cut from our list of headings. Okay, and of course you can see there is no requirement for finding B number paragraph for this list of heading. Okay, so we will start reading from C paragraph, but before that we need to read these list of heading, and we will just read it, we will understand and find the keyword from there. Let's start it. Okay, yeah, before starting, please, I have already introduced myself. You have to subscribe and like it. Okay, like this video also. Not only subscription, I want like also, like button. Okay, now let's start the list of heading. The Crick and Watson approach to research. So this person's name will be there. So already, okay, approach to research. Okay, so research. Second, antidotes to bacterial infection. So they may be talking about bacterial infection. Third is the testing of hypothesis. Hypothesis, when hypothesis means when someone is doing some researching for something, and hypothesis, mind, behavior and all, they will just find it, hypothesis. Okay, the testing of hypothesis. Next is explaining the inductive method, explaining this method. Anticipating results before data is collected. So anticipation of results is there. How research is done and how it is reported. So definitely this is understood. The role of hypothesis in scientific research, deducing the consequences of hypothesis. Okay, deducing. So what is the meaning of deducing? You should know it. Deducing, like just what we can say, consequence, just guessing out, just bringing the assumptions. I think that kind of thing, the consequences of hypothesis. Otherwise you can find it from Google also. Okay, let's read paragraph number C. Because A and B paragraph they have already done it, so we will start looking for C paragraph. The myth of scientific method is that it is inductive, that the formulation of scientific theory starts with the basic raw evidence of senses, simple, unbiased and prejudiced observation. Out of these sensory data, commonly referred to facts, journalism will form. The myth is that from a disorderly array of factual information, relevant theory will somehow emerge. However, the starting point of induction is an impossible one. So everywhere, initially also they were talking about inductive, and here also, and how this formula starts with the basic raw, everything they have given. So what we can, so let's go to the headings. Now we have read this heading. We have read the paragraph. Now we will read all the options one by one. So these names were not there. So bacterial infection was also not there. Testing of hypothesis was there, but testing was not there, because in C paragraph we were just that method was just combining raw material kind of thing. Explaining the inductive method, this we can match it. So for C we will write it, and we will cut it from our list of option. Initially we have found this is the perfect. If we will find something stronger point, stronger heading for next paragraph, then we can change. Now paragraph D. So half of the D paragraph is here. There is no such thing as an unbiased observation. Okay, every act of observation we make is a function of what we have seen or otherwise experienced in the past. All scientific work of an experimental or exploratory nature starts. Let's move on. So okay, with some expectation about the outcome. Result, the expectation is a hypothesis. Yes, somewhere they were talking about some. So deducing the consequences of hypothesis, so just assumption. Okay, yes, I will just read it again. So there is no such thing as an unbiased observation. Every act of observation we make is a function that we have seen or otherwise experienced in the past. All scientific work of nature starts with some expectations about the outcome, means result. So this expectation is a hypothesis. So consequences of hypothesis, results means deducing the consequences. As I told you, assumptions kind of thing, expectation. So this we will just match it with 8th number. Okay, now coming to E paragraph. Okay, now again this is, they are just scare, they are just frightening us. Hypothesis arise by guesswork. So guesswork is also given, but this is the continuity of that next D paragraph. Or by inspiration, but having been formulated, they can and must be tested rigorously using the appropriate methodology. Now he is saying hypothesis, we should explain it properly, formulate it full proper technique should be there using the appropriate methodology. If predictions are you is also make as a result of deducing certain consequences from your hypothesis are not shown to be correct, then you discard or modify your hypothesis. If the prediction turn out to be correct, then your hypothesis has been supported. Okay, let's read it. Let's read the options first. This is not given, they are not talking about in that paragraph. No antidotes to no infection. I think the testing of they were testing if the prediction turns out to be correct, then this will happen. If the predictions yet make a result of certain consequences are not shown to be correct, then we can use this testing of hypothesis. It will come with E paragraph. Third. Okay, now coming to F and G. So this is F paragraph. So don't worry. Don't worry if you have some idea of what your results will tell you before you even begin to collect data. There are no scientists in existence who really wait until they all have the evidence in front of them before they try to work out what it might possibly mean. So you need to read these kinds of scientific kind of paragraphs thoroughly. The closest we ever get to this situation when something happens by accident, but even the researchers has to formulate hypothesis to be tested before. For example, a mold might prove to be successful and one word is given in the end. At the end they have explained about the example. It doesn't mean that this will match with that. No. So we have read all the paragraph, and definitely if you think that these are the words you can match it, no, I will not match this antidotes to anticipating results before data is collected. Anticipating results. So okay, yes, here it is given. Yeah, if you have some idea of what your results will tell you before you even begin to collect that data, there are no scientists in existence who really wait until they all have the evidence. So it means anticipating results before data is collected. So this can match with F paragraph. You can see this 5th number. Now G paragraph. Now G paragraph is this. The myth of scientific method is not only that it is inductive, but also that hypothetical deductive method proceeds in a step-by-step inevitable fashion. The method describes the logical approach to much research, but it does not describe the psychological behavior. It brings more holistic. Okay. the whole paragraph is like that. So let's read it. We can try to find out. So how this of course they were these are not there, these are not there, but yeah, I have not read full paragraph. This is also not there. This we have done. How research is done and how it is reported. Can we match this? But I have to read it again. This already cut it. The unbiased researcher. Okay, no, it means we have to read it again. The myth of scientific method is not only inductive but also this step by step. The deductive describe the logical approach to much research, but it does not describe. Okay, this is much more holistic, involve guesswork, reworking, blind above all. These have been quite properly organized into more serial logical order. Okay, yes, and yeah, of course they are talking output word is also there, and yeah, of course these persons name are also there. Let's read it. It is the difference. For example, now in example if they are talking, it means that will not correlate with the list of heading. So yes, how research is done and how it is reported, that was given. So this we can match it with E paragraph with 30th, that is 6 number will come. Okay, let's go to next type of question. Okay, so I was about to tell the tricks for these kinds of question where okay, let's in which 2 paragraphs reading passage 3 does the writer give advice directly to the reader. Advice directly to the reader. Reader means we means you, so definitely writer will use the word you. So in this directly he is saying, so don't worry if you have some idea of what your results will tell you. He is suggesting you before you even begin to it. So one answer will be so 34 and 35, one answer I will write F. Okay, either ways you can write it. So okay, F I will just keep it here. And in another paragraph also I have read, it is in this paragraph, you can see this. It is essential that you as an intending researcher understand the difference between these two. So this also will come for answer. And here once more, once you have arrived at your hypothesis, which is a product of your imagination, but here it is directly it is essential that you as an intending researcher. So for this we will just put B and F answers. For 34th we can go for B and here F. Now the yes no not given questions. Popper says that scientific method is hypothetico-deductive. Popper, yes, we have left first and 2B paragraph also. So B is already done. We have found U also. Okay, and Popper is in A paragraph. So what he is saying, Popper says scientific method is hypothetico-deductive. If he is saying the same thing, then yes. If he is saying something different, that only this method is this, or if they are then false. If Popper is saying nothing about these 2 words, then definitely not given. So Popper is here. So he was arguing in favor of position taken by Karl Popper. Oh no, who was arguing? Okay. Logic of scientific discovery, that the nature of scientific discovery method is this, deductive, and not is generally believed inductive. So combination of this same thing they have given, so we can write it. Yes, definitely it is properly, we have got yes. Okay. 31. If a prediction based on hypothesis is fulfilled, then hypothesis is confirmed as true. Is fulfilled. Yes, we know in E paragraph, E condition was there. You can read. Predictions you make as a result of deducing certain consequences from your hypothesis are not shown to be correct. You discard or modify your hypothesis. So what the statement? If a prediction based on is fulfilled, then the hypothesis is confirmed as true. Is fulfilled. Then it is true. Okay, so if the prediction turned out to be correct, your hypothesis has been supported and may be retained until time as further some tests show it may not be correct. Okay, if the predictions you make as a result of deducing certain consequences from are not shown to be correct, then you discard. Is fulfilled. If the prediction on a hypothesis is fulfilled, then it is confirmed. So no, it is not confirmed until unless it is proved to be it is given. If predictions turn out to be correct, then your hypothesis has been supported, may be retained until such time as for some further test shows it may not be correct. Okay, so yes, so it will come. So we can just mark it false. No, sorry, no. Is confirmed. It is not confirmed as true. Okay, for some time it may be confirmed, but later on, until someone is finding different answer, then till then only it is true. Next question is, many people carry out research in a mistaken way. Okay, many people carry out research in a mistaken way. Many people, where we can find this many people? So many people, where we can get this many people? Because I have read the whole paragraph, whole passage, we have not found anything many people. So last paragraphs we have read, nothing was, even the researcher has to formulate hypothesis to be tested. For example, in a Greek, and so definitely this is not given answer, because many people kind of thing I have not read anywhere in this paragraph, in this passage. The starting, there is no such unbiased all scientific work of no expectation. So I don't know the location actually, and many people carry out research in a mistaken way. So that is not given actually. So we have found this location in E paragraph, and in F, if you try to find out, nothing is given. So definitely I will put it not given. Okay. So scientific method is a more way of describing research than a way of doing it. So what we can go for it? In a way, more way of doing it. So yes, what we can, scientific method is a more. So of course this we have found in E, then in F we couldn't found this, and scientific method is not here in this F. So here it is given scientific method. Is not only that it is inductive, but also the method which proceeds in a step-by-step inevitable fashion. Scientific method is more a way of describing research than a way of doing it. Describing what we have seen is incorrect. Is not only but also that the hypodeductive method proceeds in a step-by-step inevitable fashion. The method describes the logical approach, but it does not describe the psychological behavior that it brings. This is much more holistic, involves guessing and all. Output. So if way is more way of describing research than a way of doing it. So it is, I think, is not only way it is inductive, but also the deductive method proceeds in a step-by-step inevitable fashion. Describing step-by-step is a way describing research. So you can, it does not describe the psychological behavior, and that brings it about more holistic, involve guesses, reworking, inspiration. Describing research, yes, we can just put this yes and no. You can use it. You can see this last is also. Scientific method may be more usefully be thought of as a way of writing up research rather than way of carrying it out. So this is the location actually. But if you can find the word, because in this paragraph they are talking about in scientific language, but in English language they have described it here. So answer is yes. Now coming to last question, that is multiple choice question. Which of the following statement best describe the writer's main purpose in reading passage 3? So to advise PhD student not to cheat while carrying out research. So this was not given. To encourage PhD student to work by guesswork. No, it wasn't. So they were talking about guesswork, but it doesn't mean that everything he was encouraging. No. So to explain, PhD students give the logic which the scientific research paper follows. Logic, no, he is not talking about logic. To explain PhD student by explaining different conceptions of the research process. So at the last sentence they are saying, maybe you more useful, thoughtful of a way of writing up research rather than way of carrying out different conceptions, means writing the thing. So D will come with that. So in this way we have completed this reading passage, scientific research.